Hello and welcome back to my channel, or to my channel. Today I'm going to be sweating, talking about my day. I've had a really hard day today, and I've had a couple of really interesting days. And it's just part of being a family caregiver, you know. Yesterday, I was sitting at my desk after dealing with my dad, catheter bag and all that, medications and hydration, and sitting at my desk at 9:30 in the morning, thinking, well, my senior helper, the aide that comes for 3 hours a day, called out sick on Tuesday, so I had no one come out Tuesday. So on Thursday, they were going to send a new person. Her name was Susan or Carol or something like that, and she was coming out at noon, and it was 9:30 in the morning, and I thought, well, I can get the trash out, I can get over to the grocery store, I can go pick up prescriptions, get back, get Dad hydrated some more, and then I'll be ready to show Carol around and how to do things, because they're very specific things you gotta do. Plus I have to vet her. I've never seen her before, and train her through the whole process, which basically means I do it all myself and show her how to do it. But I let her do some of it, and when she was here. But let me explain. It was 9:30 in the morning. Doorbell rings. I think it's maintenance coming in to replace something on my sink that had a problem, kitchen sink. And I opened the door, and there's a small lady, girl, woman, might have been 25, might have been 12, I can't tell anymore. And she, and my shirt's all covered with all the fluids of the day, and she says, well, I'm here from, my name's Hope. I'm from Senior Helpers. I'm scheduled with you today. And you can guess the rest. I was calling Senior Helpers on the phone and asking them what happened to Carol. We're supposed to be here at noon, which was already about an hour earlier than our normal time. When I got my dad up, it's 9:30 in the morning, and they gave me all the usual runaround stuff. Platitudes, Carol had something else to do, and we thought Hope would make a better fit, and smoke and mirrors. And it's just, I was nice on the phone. I was funny. I always am. And I have a very calm and low voice. And some women have told me it's sexy. And I always say, whenever they mention that to me, that, where were you 20 years ago? And they laugh and they blush. And I kind of throws me off when they do that, because I mostly look like Santa Claus on Laundry Day. So I don't know what they're blushing about. So anyway, I get the hope. I accept it. I got to get somebody in here to do this today, when if it's at 9:30 in the morning, not 12:30 or 1 like I'm used to. So she gets in there. I show her through the ropes, and I have her do some things. Get Dad in the shower. I show her most of the things, and she does a pretty good job in the shower with him. And I clean that up. At the end, put on the barrier cream, get him dressed, get his glasses, his hearing aids, show Hope where all this stuff is. And Dad got Dad up, dressed, and out to the living room, where he sits down, wants coffee, wants food. And okay. So one of the things senior helpers can do, besides do that kind of thing, is they can clean, and they can cook, make light meals, that kind of thing. So I asked Hope if she could cook. And this was not a 25-year-old lady. It wasn't a 12-year-old lady. It was a 30-year-old lady. And she said, no, I don't know how to cook an egg. I don't know how to cook. And I wasn't surprised. Not in this modern age. But I said, watch me and learn. I microwaved the quick oats and toasted the bread and got all that ready, chopped up bananas and all this, showed her how to do that really quick, get that out to my dad, put it in front of him, come back in and show her how to make eggs and explain the difference between sunny side up and over easy and how you do this and that. And I finally get the plate out and put it in front of Dad. And said, okay, we're set now. And I noticed he hadn't touched the oats yet, but that's okay. Sometimes he doesn't get to the oats till later. So I went back in my room here, sat down, grabbed my coffee, and about 15 minutes later, Hope very timidly comes to my doorway, and I motion her in. She starts to say something because I've always been hearing, always had trouble with my hearing. But she comes in and she says, I asked your dad why he wasn't eating, and he said because he needed his teeth. And it was like, I forgot to give my dad his dentures. So he'd been sitting out there the entire time with the oats while I cooked the eggs and all this, not telling anybody he needed his teeth. Waited 15 minutes till someone asked him before he said, I need my teeth. So, I mean, that threw me off for the entire day when they showed up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Not the person I expected, and I got to go through all the training and all this. But it's very common when they get a replacement aides to come in when they're not your usual aides, senior helpers. And, you know, I named the company here because this is real life. And, you know, senior helpers is a nationwide thing, but they're they're individualized in branches, franchisees, and all that. And I've had a pretty good experience with senior helpers, but every once in a while they throw something at me like this, and it gets you off track. The dad sat there without his teeth, and I had to go find his teeth, or get his teeth. I knew where they were, and put them back in, and then he started to eat. And that was my yesterday. And today, I just had a lot to do in the morning. Because on Thursday, I couldn't do the garbage, or the grocery store, or the pharmacy, or the other things I had to do, because I don't leave someone alone who I don't know with my father. And for sure, don't leave them alone in my house with my father when I'm not here unless I know them first. So that's another thing you add on to it. Some people they'll take anybody in and whatever, but I'm not that way. It takes a while for me to trust. I've had things go missing, not from senior helpers, from other agencies and nurses, in fact, who have taken prescription medication in the past. And so you have to be wary of that. Plus, I got to be careful when I leave, because I was expecting the apartment complex maintenance to come all week to fix something simple on my sink. But if I leave in the morning, I need to leave really early in the morning, because if they come when I'm gone, they come in the house, make all this noise, freak my dad out, go back and have him, who's there? It might cause an issue. He might try to get out of bed scared. And so we have to be very careful about this kind of stuff when we're a solo, lone caregiver. And as funny as some of these things seem after the fact. When you're in it, it's not funny at all. But you have to look back and try to find the humor. But like I said, I was on the phone. I was with the agency. I was very nice, very polite, very funny, as I usually am. But if they had seen my eyes, they would have probably called the police and went running because my eyes were not smiling at all. But that's just another day. And in the life of a family caregiver, I wrote a blog entry. Link will be in the description. Check it out. I hope you will like my video and write me here. It really helps boost a video getting out there. A lot of people don't know that, but when you like a video, but if you start commenting in videos, they get better mileage on YouTube. Don't ask me why. And I always respond to everybody who writes, even the more offensive ones. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again at another time.